like to study icebergs because they're the forgotten component in ice-ocean interactions. So as an oceanographer, I like to study the ocean and how it impacts the glacier systems. And then there's a whole community of glaciologists who are studying the glaciers and their dynamics and how they behave. But these icebergs, once they calve off a glacier, the glaciologists don't care about them anymore. And as an oceanographer, and most oceanographers don't care about the ice at all either. And so these icebergs then drift around sort of as the forgotten middle child of ice-ocean interactions. And so a new project I have is studying where these icebergs melt and how that melt influences the ocean. In my group here at the University of Oregon, we're studying in particular the Greenland icebergs and ice-ocean systems. So we've spent a lot of time in Southeast Greenland and West Greenland doing research from boats and helicopters. So we're studying these icebergs in their natural environment. So we take observations of the water properties around the icebergs. We image the icebergs both underwater and above water using drones and underwater sonar systems. And then what we do is we take those observations and we combine them with theoretical and computer models of how these icebergs melt. So it's no surprise ice melts in water, right? We all know that. But what we want to know is where that melt goes. So these icebergs are so big, they can go half a mile down below the ocean surface, and that melt actually doesn't reach the surface of the ocean. It can be trapped down below the water column because the ocean is layered. And what that means is there's less dense water on top of more dense water, and so that meltwater from the icebergs can get trapped below the surface, and we're trying to understand where that meltwater goes. The ultimate goal of our research is to improve these global scale climate models. So these climate models are being run to be able to predict what sea level is going to do in the future. So we want to know not just what sea level is doing now, but what's it going to do 20 years, 50 years, 100 years down the road. They can predict how the ocean moves, how ice sheets behave, how the atmosphere and weather behaves. The icebergs melt, they affect the ocean water properties, and those ocean water properties then affect how the glaciers themselves melt and move back and forth. And so, to get that right, we actually need to include icebergs in these simulations of the global climate. And so our little piece of the puzzle, our little piece of research is improving how we model iceberg melt. So we hope that through observing, several dozen icebergs in one fjord in Greenland, we can actually play a role in improving global predictions of sea level rise and how the ocean will behave in the future.